one thing is clear. If they have any hope of doing anything this year, getting into the playoffs, making a run, the defense has to step up. And make no mistake, even in a down year, there's absolutely nothing more dangerous than an Aaron Rodgers who knows that he has to run the table, especially with the emergence that we've seen from Christian Watson, a guy who might keep him in Green Bay next year. This is a huge defensive test for Miami. You can't convince me otherwise. And we're going to learn a lot more about what they are made of this weekend. And then are they going to play up for McDaniel now? Or are they who knows? Who knows? It's a fascinating game for your Christmas viewing.
What a game we have coming up. The Green Bay Packers against the Miami Dolphins on Christmas Day. Future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers against up-and-coming Tua Tagovailoa. It's a perfect Christmas Day matchup with two NFL teams with basically their backs against the proverbial wall. And in this game, I gotta believe what Kay Adams just said is absolutely right. It's not often that I agree with one of these sports babes, but for the Miami Dolphins to win this game, it's going to be all on the defense. The offense will score their points. There's no doubt about that. But the Dolphins defense has to step up big time. Take a listen to what Aaron Rodgers said on the Pat McAfee show earlier this week.
We were patient. We didn't try and force a lot of stuff. They played a lot of two-shell, and we just kind of dinked and dunked for the most part. It was a high percentage game, and then we ran the football pretty effectively as well. So I was happy about that. Every game's going to be different. The Rams didn't challenge us a whole lot. They kind of tried to stop the run with their front and play a lot of kind of umbrella coverage in the back end. I believe Miami is going to play a little bit more aggressively. They do have some empty pressure in their package and like to bring some combo pressures and kind of challenge you a little bit more on the outside. So it should be interesting to see kind of how they play us. Obviously, they're dynamic on offense. Tua's had a really nice season, and he's got a couple crazy speedy weapons on the outside and some solid guys that can work the middle, and obviously a couple good backs. So we're going to have to score. I think I said we need to score 30 every week, and to me, I know we scored 24 last night, but we're on the 1 yard line kneeling the ball down. It felt like that was a 30 game, but I feel good about the momentum we're creating. Now people would be like, "Oh, you beat a couple bad football teams." Yeah, but we won a couple games in a row, and honestly in this league, and you guys both played, Age and Pat, but it honestly doesn't matter who you beat. When you start stacking some things together and the momentum starts to roll, the confidence grows. And when the confidence grows and the energy grows during the week of practice, and you just kind of get this mojo going, and we feel like we can beat anybody.
Wait a minute. Did you hear that? A future Hall of Famer talked about having a viable dink and dunk strategy. Remember earlier in the season when the ESPN pundits were calling Tua Tagovailoa a dink and dunker, and it was supposed to be an insult? Never forget that. It truly showed their ignorance of the game, but I digress. More importantly, did you hear how Aaron Rodgers said he expects to score 30 points a game, and that his team right now, the Packers, feel they have a lot of momentum, and now they feel like they can beat anybody. The Miami Dolphins do not want to give Aaron Rodgers a shot at putting a dagger in their heart. This man has proven he will hurt you if you give him a chance. So here are my keys to a Miami Dolphins victory against the Green Bay Packers.
Number 5.
Lock down Christian Watson. The kid has proven that he can be a viable weapon for Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers now believes in him. Xavier Howard, you just got named to the Pro Bowl for some reason, and tomorrow you need to show why you belong there. Take away Christian Watson, and you make the game that much tougher for Aaron Rodgers.
Number 4.
The Dolphins have to run the ball a lot. Green Bay has one of the league's best pass defenses, but it's got one of the worst run defenses. They give up an average of nearly 150 yards per game. That's the 4th worst in the league. Run the damn ball.
Number 3.
Pressure Aaron Rodgers big time. Aaron Rodgers is 39 years old. He's not Justin Fields. He's definitely sackable. In fact, he's been sacked 27 times this year. It would probably be higher, but he's incredible at getting rid of the ball. Bradley Chubb may be facing a second stringer at left tackle because their number 1 guy is coming off an appendectomy and may not be ready to go. This week, Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips have no excuses. They should be able to put some serious heat on Aaron Rodgers.
Number 2.
We're in the 16th week of the NFL season. This shouldn't be on the list anymore, but we have to with this Miami Dolphins team. That being, don't beat yourselves. I agree that the refs have been horrible lately, but you have to take some personal accountability for the penalties, the turnovers, and the bad play calling. All of those are self-inflicted wounds. Championship teams don't make those kinds of stupid mistakes. Until the Dolphins can stop shooting themselves in the foot, this will always be on the top 5 list. Don't beat yourself.
Number 1.
And this will always be another one of my staples on my top 5 keys to a game, and that being protect Tua Tagovailoa. There is no viable QB2. This team's success this year relies on the fact that Tua Tagovailoa is QB1 and must remain healthy. This offensive line is what it is until the offseason, where hopefully they'll bulk it up. But right now, Tua needs to be protected. The success of this Dolphins team is completely dependent upon the offensive line being able to protect Tua Tagovailoa. The Dolphins could definitely win this game. Like Kay Adams said, though, it's all on the defense. Are they going to show up or not? There are very few players in the NFL that can carry an entire team on their backs, and Aaron Rodgers is one of them. Give him a chance and he will hurt you. Let's see what the Dolphins do about that. This game is dependent upon the defense. I think the Dolphins can win all 3 games with building some serious momentum going into the playoffs. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And don't forget, tomorrow on Christmas Day, I'm going to go live at 12:45, so join me. Fins up.
Every game's going to be different, you know. The Rams didn't challenge us a whole lot. They kind of tried to stop the run with their front and play a lot of kind of umbrella coverage on the back end. I believe Miami is going to play a little bit more aggressively. You know, they do have some empty pressure in their package, and they like to bring some combo pressures and kind of challenge you a little bit more on the outside. So it should be interesting to see kind of how they play us. Obviously, they're dynamic on offense. Tua's had a really nice season, and he's got a couple crazy speedy weapons on the outside, and some solid guys that can work the middle, and obviously a couple good backs. So we're going to have to score. I mean, I think I said we need to score 30 every week, and to me, I know we scored 24 last night, but we're on the 1 yard line, kneeling the ball down. Like it felt like that was a 30 game, but I feel good about the momentum we're creating. Now people will be like, "Oh, you beat a couple bad football teams." It honestly doesn't matter who you beat. When you start stacking some things together and the momentum starts to roll, the confidence grows. And when the confidence grows and the energy grows during the week of practice, and you just kind of get this mojo going, and we feel like we can beat anybody.
Is anybody catching on to this Barry guy?